Wednesday morning, everyone. I hope this is finding you well and living your very best life in Jesus Christ. Well, as you know, I'm currently on the Weight Watcher plan, which, from my experience, means that you're not allowed to eat anything that tastes like food. It all must taste like styrofoam. But anyway, Monday morning is weigh-in day. And it's kind of tough for me to face Mondays with any type of positive attitude without praying fervently before I step on the scale. So far, most of my weigh-ins have been positive, having lost a pound or two. However, this last Monday was different. I gained 1 pound. I know, tragic, right? A small thing, and yet for a few moments it threatened to color my entire day. You see, even though I've lost more than 50 pounds so far and I am in an entirely new clothes size, I still have a long way to go to my goal. And if I'm not careful, I do what I've always done in the past. What's that? Well, instead of looking at what I've accomplished, I look at what I have yet to do. And that threatens to destroy any sense of achievement that I get. I suppose that's what happens when we allow ourselves and our successes to be defined by some sort of external scale. And you know what? I find looking back on my life, I've done that a lot. I mean, when I was young, it was all about my test grades, my GPA or scores. And when I was older, it was often the number my band achieved at ratings or how many kids signed up for band, any type of external number that I could latch onto. As I grew older, I fortunately realized that none of this was all that important. I mean, they were supposed to be used as instruments of progress. But what I'd succeeded in doing was turning them into instruments of self-torture and detrimental to my self-worth. That's sad, isn't it? I mean, does that number on the scale or in your bank account define you? If so, let me remind you of something. You are not a number, and neither am I. And you're certainly not a number on a scale. You're not the number of social media followers or real-life friends you have. You're not how many books you sold or read or how many dollar bills you have or lack. You're not where you live, your zip code, your age, or your grade on a test. You're not defined by the number of kids you have and grandkids, or maybe you don't have, or the number of times a day, let's be honest, you struggle with sin or shame. Thanks to the Lord and His influence, I have to some degree finally realized that no number can define me, nor any perceived sense of failure separate me from Him and His love. I mean, what I've come to realize is that regardless of the number, I'm His, treasured and protected. That's why Peter, who seemed to fail a lot, could write this to us in 1 Peter 2, 9 and 10. But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness into His wonderful light. Once you were not a people, but now you are the people of God. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy. I mean, in reality, let's just be honest. God couldn't care less how much you weigh. I mean, I hate to say that, but it's true. Or what you make, nor how many of this or that you own, or how much of your time you spend on any particular endeavor, really. I mean, what He's interested in my case, I know, is only in my transformation into what He wants me to be. He wants to know that I'm continually growing in Him, in faith and in grace. Oh, don't get me wrong. This is not a Pollyanna thing. I'll still be concerned about the scale, sure, but I refuse to let it define me as it has in the past. And I'm certainly not going to let it ruin my day. I need to remind myself, and maybe you do too, that I'm a repented, chosen, Spirit-filled child of the Most High, washed, forgiven, and saved by His grace alone. Isn't that wonderful? And I hate to tell you this, folks, but there's no scale in the universe that can measure that. I hope you make today a fantastic day. I want you to know that I'm here if you need me. Hope to see you all soon, and I love you all.